Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tasio here. So hopefully you enjoyed that montage of my AggroFeng deck that I created for Feng Mao, and I'll be going over exactly how to utilize this deck and how to build it essentially. So let's dive into it. Um, so first things first, like always, you always want to pick the physical damage prime card for Feng Mao, and then you have your consumables. You pick your standard for your Harvester Key, your health, your mana and your wards. And then if you have strike tokens, I have 2 strike tokens. When I start off the game, I usually start with a health potion, a harvester key, and 1 strike token. So this gives me a bit of really early game hitting power. So I get additional 7.6 physical damage, right off the bat. And then throughout the game, I might fill in an additional strike token and then eventually burn these ones. But I understand how these are technically kind of rare cards. You may not have them. So at the start, you might just want to pick up your standard, your harvester key, your health, and then your mana. So let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of the build itself. So the first card you actually want to pick up is the Impact Hammer. And the reason why you want to pick up the Impact Hammer is because its base stats are really good. So you get 15.2 physical damage off the bat, and then when you do upgrade, you get an additional 7.6 physical damage. So off the bat, this is a really strong card, especially early game. You're going to get that much more physical damage and that much more hitting power. It's going to really help you with your last hits and even just clearing out minion waves and jungle camps and whatnot. So what I usually do here is I pick up an Impact Hammer. So I'll go out, and when I get my first 3 points, I'll come back, pick up an Impact Hammer right away, and then go back out again and farm up another 6 more points, and then I'll put in those 3 strikes. So another 6 more points, and you add your 3 strikes, and then you'll get a fully upgraded Impact Hammer. So you only have 4% crit right here. Once you upgrade this, so it's a crit is a non-issue for Fang. You'll crit randomly, but the idea is to start stacking your base damage. And then right after that, the next card I usually go for is the Offensive Maneuvers. And this card is a really good card of Feng Mao. And its unique passive is 44 physical armor and additional 44 energy armor against basic attacks. So this is really strong early game. It kind of tapers off in your end game, but early game you're going to be kind of tanky. So you'll be able to get into fights early to mid game and not take too much damage. Obviously, you'll be still taking some damage, but this will mitigate some of the damage. And the 3 cards that I'll put into this are, the 3 wounds. So you'll automatically, with this card itself, will give you 36%. So once you get your Impact Hammer upgraded, you go into Offensive Maneuvers, upgrade this. You'll get some mitigation for physical attack and an energy armor, and or energy attack, and then you'll get 36% crit chance. So you're going to be critting here and there. So you're going to be critting kind of reliably, but it'll be off and on, so it's pretty good. So the next card you want to go for, really, there's 2 options here. So sometimes I'll feel out the game. Sometimes I'll go for the Sword of the Altar, or I'll go for the Wind Carver Blade. So for the sake of this video, let's go for the Wind Carver Blade because it's going to give you attack speed, right? So you're going to pick up a Wind Carver Blade, and then you want to add a Major Strike, a Brutal Kinetic, or just the common universal version of the Kinetic card. I forget the name of it. Major Kinetic, I think it is. And then also the Kinetic, just a regular Kinetic. So you go Wind Carver Blade, get into this, and this will give you more damage off the bat, and then also it'll actually increase Feng Mao's attack speed. So this build doesn't really have much attack speed. This is pretty much all your attack speed here. So going from Impact Hammer to Offensive Maneuver into attack speed is definitely a good way to do it. You also could go into Sword of the Altar. So like I said, for this sake, we're going to be going for the Wind Carver Blade. Once you finish your Wind Carver Blade, you want to go into Sword of the Altar. So this here is a lifesteal card. So as you can see, it has lifesteal, so you only could input lifesteal cards into or upgrades into it. And then its unique ability is the 50% bonus crit. So this right here, what I end up doing with this card here is I'll end up putting in life drain across the board, and I'll have 28% life steal with this card fully upgraded. So you'll be critting, and then you'll be doing 20% of that damage back into your hero. So it's going to give you some sustain. With the Offensive Maneuvers having its physical and energy armor, plus the lifesteal, you're going to be able to take quite a bit of a bit of a beating while you're out there. And really, because Feng Mao is a melee character, you're going to need some sort of mitigation in order to keep you alive. Because really, at the end of the day, if you build him glass cannon, you're going to jump in. The rangers and the carries in the game will just 3-4 shot you, and then you're gonna have to get out right away, and hopefully you could survive. So, this will give you some sustain. It doesn't give you too much, but it's enough to keep in the fight and do some damage, and hopefully the lifesteal will help you stay a little bit longer into the fight. So after you do the Sword of the Altar, what you want to go into is Spear of the Rift Hunter, and I built them both the same. So it's you got a major strike, and a regular strike, and same thing with this one. So this will give you more crit, more damage, base damage, and once you build all of these, and don't worry about the temper plate and don't worry about the trim barrier yet, but once you build the wind cover blade, Sword of the Altar, Spirit of Rift Hunter, offensive maneuvers, and impact hammer, you'll be at 52% crit, and then a good amount of damage, and you'll be critting anywhere, depending on the type of hero, you'll be critting anywhere between 700 plus per crit damage. So you'll be doing reliably good damage and also doing really good lifesteal. Now, again, these are optional. I put these in here to offset anything in the game that if I come in game, if I'm having an issue with someone and I don't want to build into a Spear of a Rift Hunter or a Wind Carver Blade right away, or wherever the case is, I'll opt for a temper plate if I'm having trouble with the damage type of hero, physical damage type of hero, or I'll opt for a trim barrier if I'm having an issue with the energy type of hero like Murdoch or Grim or whatever the case is. So and then I can burn these cards afterwards, and then discard these cards, and then go into my original build. So down below in the description, guys, there's a link to Agora.gg on this build itself. So feel free to click on that link. That also, you can look into it that way as well. And hopefully this build helped you out, guys. And drop a like if you liked the video. Any comments and suggestions down below as well. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.